Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Copper Dragons here, and I'm going to be playing some more Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, I know that I said that I wanted to take at least a little bit of a break from playing Call of Duty Ghosts for a while. Here, I want to say about around part 5 of this playthrough, but I just wanted to try and finish it up since I'm so close to the end of the game. I just wanted to try and finish it up, because whenever I made part 5, I didn't realize how close I was to the end of the game.
Yes.
So yeah.
The Federation missile program is being developed in a factory near the port of Rio.
That coastline's locked down by the Fed's third fleet.
That's why.
But yeah, like whenever I was filming part 6 of this playthrough, I looked it up and yeah, I'm pretty close to the end of the game. I should be done within the next 5 videos if I had to guess. You know, at most like 5 to 10 videos. I should be done by then. Alright, let's just see what we can do here. Wait, what's going on here? I am so confused about what's happening. Oh, that was an underwater camera or something.
Let's introduce ourselves.
Alright.
On you.
Let's just see what we can do, because honestly, I just want to finish up at least one Call of Duty game on this entire channel. You know? Alright, let's try and shoot some of these soldiers. Yeah, because honestly, that would be for the best, considering I don't know if they're still alive or not. Alright, either way, let's try and keep moving and head through all of this weird ice water. Alright. Yeah, honestly, I'm probably not that far away from the end of the game if I had to take a guess. Alright, let's try and take out at least some of these enemies here. Yeah, I gotta just try and, you know, preserve my ammo also while taking out as many of these soldiers as possible. Crap, grenade. Yeah, that would have sucked if I let that blow up on top of me. Alright, I have to get behind better cover than this. What was shooting me? Either way, I'm not gonna worry about that too much. You know, unless if I die. Because, honestly, I think I'm doing a little too well for that to happen. Alright, let's just try and see what I can do here. Alright. You know, I'm doing a lot better this segment than what I thought I would initially. You know, considering I thought I would have died at least 50 dozen times by now. Crap, grenade. It's a grenade. I gotta just keep moving. Alright, let's just try and take out that guy. Alright, I just gotta keep moving. Let's do the army crawl until I actually get through here. Alright, let's just try and see what I can do. Crap, that sucked. I died. Man, that sucked. I was trying to duck down behind that snow mound, but yeah, I kind of died regardless. Yeah, that really sucks too. Okay, let's try and keep moving. Alright, let's at least try and get over here. Yeah, this sucked. I don't know why that first attempt ended like it did. You know? Either way, let's try and take out some of these enemy soldiers here. You know, while I can anyways. Okay. Honestly, I feel like my aim has really improved from where it started whenever I first, you know, started working on these games for this channel. Like, I feel like my aim has severely improved, if I'm being honest, because back when I first started this channel, oh my god, I couldn't shoot worth crap. Like, I could barely even make any shots. Now my average aim for, you know, any game is like about, I want to say 80 to 90% on the highest end, and on the lowest usually around, like, if I'm lucky, it's like I only get bad aim percentages whenever I, you know, get very unlucky with what gun I'm forced to use, which is kind of like the only reason I had such low scores in, I believe, Resident Evil Revelations 1 on some occasions. So yeah, like, that's the only reason I can really think of. Where did you come from, buddy? Like, where did that guy come from? Huh? Alright, either way, let's try and see what I can do in here. I am so confused about what's killing me. Am I just going out of bounds or something, and that's like an auto death or something? You know, kind of like how it is in, I believe, Slender the Arrival. You know, like, I think it might be that way in Slender the Arrival. Alright, let's just try and army crawl. You know, until my health recovers. Okay. I've got to take out as many of these enemy soldiers as humanly possible. Alright, I'm doing pretty well with my aim, I think. Yeah, honestly, my aim, it could use a little bit of work, but even then, it's still pretty good, you know? Alright, let's just try and take out some more of these enemy soldiers. You know, until I actually find a way to survive. Okay. Yeah, there's somebody over there. Yep, I kind of took a little bit of fire right there. Hopefully I don't have to deal with a grenade, because that would honestly really suck if I did. Alright, let's reload. Okay, let's try and, you know, take out that soldier. Okay, let's try and keep moving. Crap, grenade. Yeah, that really sucked. Having to deal with a grenade always sucks in a Call of Duty game, if I'm being honest. Okay, let's reload. And just return to the line of fire. Yeah, I know that this probably would screw me over if I get unlucky, but I gotta take that chance. You know. Okay, line up the shot. Honestly, I would be a really... You know what? If I'm doing this well with a virtual gun, just imagine how well I do with an actual gun. You know? Like, I'd probably, do amazing if I had an actual gun. Which, honestly, I really don't. I never owned a gun a day in my life. And honestly, I don't really have any plans on it. But I'm just saying, if I ever did, I would probably have either really good aim or really trash aim, because, you know, gun controls doesn't translate well between virtual or real life, but my aim would probably be good. I hope it would be, you know, for obvious reasons. Okay, let's try and take out that guy. I gotta get behind this cover over here, just for a little bit of added safety. Okay, let's get in here. Huh. Alright, there's Hesh. Okay, let's just try and take out that soldier. Yeah, honestly, I have pretty good observation skills, so I can really tell whenever I need to shoot. You know, whenever it matters most, anyways. Okay, there's some enemy soldiers over here. Yeah, I just gotta try and get around this wall. Okay, let's throw a grenade over to them. Yeah, hopefully that wasn't a smoke grenade. Yeah, it was a regular grenade. Alright, let's try and take out some more of these enemy soldiers while I have the chance. Okay. Yeah, hopefully there's no more soldiers here. Because honestly, that would really suck if I had to deal with any more. Okay, let's get over here. I don't see any soldiers, so maybe I just gotta keep moving. Honestly, I think I'm doing a lot better than what I thought I would in this game. You know, like, for obvious reasons. Hopefully that got at least a couple soldiers. Okay, here we go. Let's just try and throw it over there. Hopefully I don't have to deal with any more soldiers here. Okay, I think that grenade that I threw did pretty well. Wait, who is that? Was that like an enemy soldier or something? Because if it was, then yeah, that would honestly suck if it wasn't. Alright, let's open up this door. Okay. Is that exploding tape or something? Because honestly, that feels a little weird, having explosive tape or whatever that was. I don't know what that would be called. Alright, let's move. Yeah, let's just try and see what we can do.
All right, Cliff, let's move. Someone had to hear that.
Yeah, honestly, I'm letting Hesh and Merrick do some of the work here. Alright, let's just try and see what we can do. Oh. What the heck was that all about? Oh, it's a lot of gunfire. Makes sense. Okay, let's use a flash grenade. Okay, let's throw in a couple grenades. Just in case for a little bit of boosted safety. You know? Alright, let's just try and see what we can do to take out some of these enemy soldiers. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I don't know how many are left. You know, if I'm being honest. Okay, I'm gonna need another gun, because this only has 26 bullets. Okay. Yeah, this is a better lens, if anything. You know, for me personally. Okay, let's try and see what we can do to take out these enemy soldiers. Yeah, that almost killed me. Yeah, that would have sucked if I died. Okay. Go down, buddy. Alright, let's see what we can do. Honestly, I'm doing a lot better. Honestly, I'm gonna try and at least get through 2 missions this video. I'm gonna try and do that. Otherwise, I'm gonna save some of it for the next video. So yeah. Okay, let's turn this thing off. Wait, what's going on? Why did he call us fools? I'm so concerned about that, you know? Alright, let's see what we can do here. Because I have to leave. I have to take that guy at his word, because I don't know what happens here. I have to take him at his word. There's no other choice I really have, you know, for obvious reasons. Okay, let's just see what we can do. I almost just got smushed. Yeah, that would have honestly sucked if I got smushed there. Considering, you know, that would mean I would have to be sent back at least a little. You know? Alright, let's just try and get over here. Alright, let's just try and see what we can do. You're going down, buddy. All of you are. I don't care. I'm going full metal on you. And you're gonna be pumped full of lead regardless. You know, for obvious reasons. Okay, there's cash. Honestly, if there wasn't any name tags or whatever here, I probably would have gotten so confused on which character is which. You know, if I'm being honest. Okay, there's gunfire, and there's a guy there too. Okay, let's try and see what we can do. Honestly, that was kind of lucky that I noticed that gunfire before I, you know, would have probably died. Honestly, I'm really enjoying this game. You know, like, I'm enjoying it far more than what I thought I would. You know, because I thought I wouldn't have much enjoyment at all. Okay. Okay, let's try and see what we can do. Let's go ahead and get below the smoke. Just see what we can do here. Alright. Yeah, let's just try and see what we can do. Oh, that killed me. Well. Yeah, I wish you could see my face right now. Because that was honestly more or less a shocked look. What the heck was that? You just phased through the wall or something. Alright, let's just try and see what we can do. Because I am not dying here. Honestly, I think I have pretty good reaction speed too. You know, come to think of it. Like, my aim compared to my reaction speed is honestly pretty well. You know? Oh. Well, that was embarrassing. I almost just shot one of our own men. Either way, let's try and see what we can do. I gotta stay ducked low, so I can avoid the smoke. Okay. Either way, let's try and keep moving, so that way we don't die here. Alright, let's just get out of here, because I do not want to die. Alright, that probably screwed us over, but still. I just gotta keep moving regardless. Alright, let's just try and get behind some cover. Okay, I know that there's some enemies up there. Huh. I don't see anybody, but maybe I will. Ooh, there's somebody. Alright, let's just try and take out as many of these enemy soldiers as possible. Okay. Yeah, I gotta get behind this cover over here. Let's throw a grenade. Just for a little bit of added safety. Hopefully they don't throw it back. Because that would honestly really suck. Okay, I gotta get my health back up. Okay, let's take out this guy. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, honestly, my health isn't doing the greatest right now. I could be doing a lot better. Alright, either way, let's try and see what we can do. Yeah, let's just try and see what we can do. Okay. I died. Man, that sucked. You know what? I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Alright, sorry about that. Let's just continue the game and just see what I can do from here. Alright, I have to reload. Okay, let's just try and take out as many of these losers as possible. Okay. What the heck happened there? Why did I just suddenly take so much damage? Like, randomly. Either way, let's throw a grenade. Yeah, I almost just shot at Merrick. That would have sucked if I actually managed to kill him there. Because that would mean I would be one man down. Alright. Crap, they threw my grenade back at me. That really sucks. Alright, let's just see what we can do. Okay, let's just try and take out as many of these enemy soldiers as humanly possible. Okay. I know I can do this pretty well. Considering how much progress I've been making throughout this video so far. Alright, let's just try and see what we can do here. Crap, they have machine guns. Wait, no, not machine guns, but rocket launchers. Crap. That really sucked. Let's just try and see what we can do here. I have to get behind this cover just to survive. Okay, let's reload. Okay, let's throw a grenade. Yeah, I just took some line of fire. Crap. Time to move. Yeah, let's just... I could have a rocket launcher this entire time. Man, that would have saved my butt so many times. You know what? Might as well just try and get back here and grab a gun to some degree. I need a bigger gun than this, especially one with the lens. Alright, let's just try and see what we can do here. Yeah, I'm screwed. There's just no way yeah, there was no chance I had at that point. Genuinely, there wasn't. Either way, let's just try and see what we can do. Because otherwise, I am screwed beyond belief. Alright, let's see what we can do here. You know, to survive. Because otherwise, I am completely doomed. Alright, let's just try and see what I can get done. Alright. Time to shoot at this loser. Okay, I need to reload. Okay. Time to line up my shot. Hopefully I've taken out at least some of them. Oh wait, I need this gun. And fast. Alright, let's try and see what we can do here. Okay, I need this gun and fast. You know, because otherwise I would be completely screwed. Wait, hold on. Why did that rocket launcher just disappear? Yeah, I gotta be extra careful because I am low on health. Alright, let's just see what we can do. Oh my god, that saved me. That genuinely, like, saved me there. If I didn't throw that grenade whenever I did. Crap. Yeah, I died. Man, this sucks. Genuinely, this sucks. You know, because of how much time it's taking me just to get through this one area. You know, for obvious reasons. You know, alright, let's just try and see what I can do. They blew up my grenade in the air. You know what? Regardless, let's just grab a rocket launcher. Just try and blow up this area. Okay, I need this gun. Yeah, let's hopefully grab this rocket launcher. Crap. I gotta move out of the path of that grenade. Yeah, that would have sucked if I just stayed there, if I'm being honest. Alright, I'm gonna need another rocket launcher, if I'm being honest. Okay, let's just try and see what I can do here. Yeah, I'm gonna need a better gun. Particularly one with more ammo to it. Okay, let's grab this AK. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do whatever I need to here. To kill as many soldiers as possible. Okay, let's just try and pick up this loser. Okay, let's just try and see what we can do. Because I am not dying today. Well, not again, anyways. Alright, let's just see what we can do. I just have to keep moving. That's all I really have left to do. Just keep moving, regardless of what happens. Oh, thank God I finally made it past that segment. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting to make it past. For obvious reasons, considering how many times I've died. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, make it to the next mission, let alone beat it. Unless it's a really short one. So yeah. Huh. I thought that guy would be alive, Okay, where do I gotta go? Get to the console. Huh? Okay, let's just see what we can do here. Please let this work out in my favor. Because honestly, I would be kind of screwed. Yeah, let's just try and see what we can do. Oh, in the green? Alright. Yeah, let's just try and see what we can do. Yeah, I just have to... Yeah, let's just try and see what we can do. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Alright, we have to keep moving. Yeah, that was just way too weird and complicated for me. Alright, I just have to keep moving and just run out of the building. Because otherwise I am completely doomed. Alright. Hopefully I can, at least do whatever I need to here. Crap. This is gonna suck. I can tell it is. Alright, let's just try and just keep running. Please let me get out of here. No! Crap. Oh, I have to be faster than that. Yeah, let's just try and see what we can do. Because I have to keep up with Merrick and Hesh. With everything in me. Okay, let's just try and keep moving. Okay. Yeah, I know I can, move a little bit faster than what I did last attempt. Alright. There we go, I survived that time. Oh my God, that would have sucked if I failed again. Considering how many times I've failed so far. Either way, my next 4 to 5 videos on this game should all be on Call of Duty Ghosts. This one included. So yeah. Well, at least I finished up that mission. Whenever I get the chance, I'm going to pause the recording to see how long I've been playing for, to see how much time I have left. So yeah. Either way, I'm going to pause the recording real quick. Alright, sorry about that. Let's continue the game. I should have enough time to finish up, one more mission. So yeah. Alright. Honestly, I still have, 7 more missions left of the entire game. This one included. So yeah. You know what? I might as well just release 2 other videos with this one, and then just save the final 3 for another time. So yeah. Mostly because I want to also record a video for Pal World and Persona 3. So yeah, I'm just gonna release this one. Then, Persona 3 and Pal World video. Crap. No, that screwed me over. That killed me? Why did Like, I was expecting that shark just to swim away, you know? Instead of just outright attacking me. Alright, let's just try and see what we can do. Yeah, let's try and see what we can do. You know what, I think I should just stay away from it and not try and agitate it for obvious reasons. Alright. Either way, let's try and keep moving. Yeah, let's try and see what we can do. Wait, stay away from open water? Oh. Hopefully I can avoid those sharks again. You know, so that way I don't get attacked and mauled to death. Alright, I just gotta keep up with Keegan. You know, to just see what I can do. Oh. Sonar, that's not good. Because if we even do anything, that could immediately alert them to our position. The Federation, I think that's what they're called. So yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's where they are. Wait. Oh, right. Okay, there's Keegan.
Okay. Let's move up and stay low.
Yeah, let's just try and see what we can do. You know, so that way we don't die. Okay.
Bullets aren't as effective underwater. It'll take 2 or 3. They're onto us.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta just try and do whatever I need to here. Yeah, let's just try and... Yeah, that sucked. Honestly, that genuinely sucked. I wasn't expecting to get spotted there. You know, for obvious reasons. First, it was the sharks twice. And then everything else that I, you know, had to do. Okay. You know, let's just try and take out this loser.
Nice work.
Alright.
Keep
Let's just see what we can do regardless of what happens. Because I do not want to die. You know, again. Hold on, I'm gonna look up how long this chapter is. Alright, I should be able to finish this mission in this video. You know, like I initially intended. You know, for me to do. Yeah, I just gotta stay low. Let's stay behind this cover too, because I am not dying here. Okay. Let's just stay behind Keegan, because honestly, I gotta follow his orders. Okay, let's just see what we can get done here. Oh. Let's just stay behind here, because honestly, I'm not getting shot at again, and, you know, inevitably dying. Okay. Yeah, that was way too close of a call, if I'm being honest, because if I didn't get behind cover whenever I did, we would have gotten spotted so fast, you know?
They're everywhere.
Yeah, this isn't good. Alright, I wish I had a better gun here. You know, like one that could actually pump out more ammo more quickly. You know? Alright. This should be a good aiming point. Crap, I can't move up too far. Because that would mean we would get spotted. Okay. Let's just try and see what we can do. You know, let's get behind this cover over here. Because that would honestly probably be for the best. Okay, let's try and see what we can do. You know what, I'm gonna let Keegan deal with the rest of those. You know, if I can anyways. There we go. At least I took out one of those enemies, so that's good. Honestly, I don't really like underwater segments in general. I really hate them because of how hard and different the movement is in comparison to the rest of the game. That's the main reason why I really hate them in comparison to, you know, the rest of the game. Like, water segments, like specifically swimming segments, are always going to be the least favorite part of any game to me. You know, for obvious reasons. Okay. Let's just see what we can do. Let's keep up with Keegan.
Weapons free.
Alright, hopefully I can, at least take out some of these losers. Wait, weapons free? I am not taking the shot. But I guess I'm gonna have to, because Keegan isn't moving here. Okay, let's try and see what we can do here.
Looks like they know we're here.
Crap, I just gotta keep moving. Alright, let's try and see what we can do. Yeah, honestly. Wait, what's going on here? Wait, huh? I think I was too slow with my reaction time, I think. Okay, let's just try and fire onto these losers. Because that would probably be the smartest option anyways. Okay, let's just try and take out this loser right here. Okay, I can see at least a couple. Bullets. Okay, let's just try and see what we can do here. Okay, let's just try and take out this loser. Yeah, I just have to do whatever I need to. Alright, let's just try and fire my shots whenever I have the opportunity to. There we go, that took out one of them. Wait, where's Keegan at? There he is. Okay, that would have sucked if I lost Keegan there. Because I would basically be lost and on my own without him. For obvious reasons, considering I'm in the middle of the ocean in a heavily secure enemy base. So if I didn't have Keegan, I would basically be lost and certain for death. And repeated death, too. Huh. Alright, let's just see what I can get done here. Alright, let's just keep following Keegan. Man, I hate being surrounded by fish. Don't get me wrong, I love all animals. I really do. It's just that fish, they always creep me out, something about underwater life always creep me out. Other than seals, for whatever reason. Because seals are little goobers, For whatever reason, those are the only underwater life that never really concern me or creep me out, something like an octopus or a whale or a shark. So yeah. But that's all I can really say that I really enjoy out of all sea life. That doesn't really creep me out. Unless if it was something like that seal attack from, I believe it was Happy Feet. I believe that's what that movie is. But yeah, let's just see what we can do. To finish up this segment, because I gotta get out of here. Yeah, I don't know what else I can really do here. Where are you looking at, Keegan? Okay, let's try and keep going. Because I have to keep up with Keegan, and pretty good, too. Because this is, one of the final segments of the entire game. This is pretty much the furthest I've ever made it in the entire game, by the way. Even whenever I first got the game on my PS3, even then, I never made it this far, because I only played, a couple matches with my nephew, with a couple of my nephews, and that's about it. So, yeah. Let's just try and see what we can do here. Alright, let's just try and see what we can do here. Alright. Huh? Right below the... Oh. Yeah, I kind of screwed up. Yeah, let's just try and see... Let's just try this again. Because honestly, I failed. Yeah. I think it's right here that I gotta go for. This little, red thing. Yeah, there we go. I was wondering why I screwed up there. Oh. This isn't a good sign. Yeah, let's just try and keep moving. Yeah, we're not dying here today. Not after all we've been through.
Talk to me, Logan. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I I don't know if you are, though. Alright, let's just try and see what we can do. Come on, Keegan, you better help us out. Come on. Just move. Honestly, I just gotta get out of here.
What the?
Crap. Please don't tell me that killed me. Yeah, let's just try and keep moving. There's nothing else we can really do here. I'm gonna turn off my mic real quick. Alright, let's just try and keep swimming. Crap, I gotta, get out of the way of this thing. Well, what am I supposed to do? I guess I'm supposed to swim over it. Never mind. Yeah, swim for my life. That part's obvious. I mean, what else was I supposed to do? Just stand here and take all the rubble? What else was I supposed to do there? Like, there was clearly nothing else I could do, other than swimming for my life. Alright. Either way, let's try and see what we can get done here. I gotta keep up with Keegan. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit of a rough one, isn't it? Alright, let's try and see what we can do. Okay, let's just try and take the shots. Whenever I get the chance, anyways. Okay, let's just do whatever I need to take out these enemies, because otherwise I am doomed. Alright, let's reload. Okay. Yeah, I hate underwater shooting, because it's just harder to aim, than what it would be above land. Okay, let's just try and see what we can do here. Okay, I have to get behind better cover. And, of course, that's what killed me. Man, that sucked. Alright, let's just try and take out some of these enemy soldiers here. Because that's all I really can do. Okay. Let's just try and do whatever I need to take out these enemy soldiers here. Okay, I just need to take my shots whenever I get the chance. Yeah, I hope Keegan's alright. Alright. Let's just try and see what we can do here. Alright, there we go. That's at least a couple of those enemy soldiers down. Alright, hopefully... Nope, I died. Man, that sucked. I don't even know what killed me, because I thought I killed those other guys. I thought I did. But I guess I was wrong. Alright, let's just try and see what we can do here. Alright. I know I can, at least take out a couple of these enemy soldiers. With whatever I have left in terms of ammo. Alright, let's just try and keep moving. Yeah, there's an enemy soldier right there. Okay, I don't know if I'm safe to move out or not. Let's just try and do whatever I need to here. Alright, hopefully I can, at least survive this. Yeah, there we go. That helped me out quite a bit, being able to parry that. Okay. Yeah, that looked like a enemy soldier, so yeah, might as well take the shot whenever I had the chance. Okay. Tango down? Huh? Okay, let's just try and see what I can do with that enemy soldier up there. Because I know that there's at least... Okay, there's 2 left here. Well, 3 left, actually. So yeah, let's just see what I can do here to, stop all these enemy soldiers from firing at us. Alright, there we go. Thank you, Keegan. Honestly, let's just try and see what we can get done. Yeah, honestly, I'm not doing too hot here. Mostly because my aim is kind of, weaker underwater. Alright, where's Keegan? you have to take cover underneath here. Oh. Well, that sucked. Alright, let's just try and see what I can do here. Alright. Let's just try and see what I can do. Yeah, let's just try and see what we can do here. Crap. Yeah, I'm screwed, aren't I? I'm taking cover underneath here, Keegan. What was I supposed to do? It wouldn't let me move further underneath the ship. You know, like, what else did it expect me to do? You know? Either way, let's just try and see what we can get done here. Alright, let's just try and see what I can do with Keegan. Alright, is this where I need to go? Because yep, here it is. This is where I gotta go. Alright. Honestly, I hope we are safe here, Keegan. Because honestly, we would be screwed if we weren't. Because we're basically ducks in a barrel here. Well, swimming ducks in a barrel. Alright. Either way, let's just see what we can do, to get out of here. Yeah, honestly, I'm not doing the greatest right now, because, you know, of how much progress I've lost from the amount of deaths I've had. You know, like, I could have easily made it here a lot quicker, you know, if I actually, you know, made progress instead of dying so much. Hold on, I'm gonna pause the recording. Alright, sorry about that. Let's just go ahead and try and finish up this mission, because I still have at least a little bit of it left, you know? Hopefully there's not too much left, you know? Hold on. Okay, I already got one segment of the mission done, then I have to regroup at the rally point. That's all it says left that I have to do here. I could be wrong. Either way, let's just try and keep up with Keegan, I guess. Oh. There's a shark. I don't want to deal with that. Oh. Yeah, let's try and see what we can do. Because honestly, I don't want to deal with a shark.
Let's go.
Please don't let me get caught by a shark again. Yeah, honestly, that would really suck if I got caught by a shark again. Okay, let's follow Keegan. I'm following his lead, because that would mean... Because if I didn't, that would probably mean I would get caught by a shark. Which is basically an instant death here. Alright, let's just follow him. Honestly, I think that this is the first-person shooter I've ever played on this game. I'm not counting Resident Evil 7 or 8, because those are more horror games than what they are shooters. You know, I'm not counting any Resident Evil game as a shooter, though. Third person or not, because those are more horror games, like I've already mentioned. Hold on, I'm gonna look and see if I played any other shooters on this game. Okay, the only other shooters I can think of is maybe Pragmata and Tomb Raider, if those count as shooters. And then, I know Ratchet and Clank, the 3 Ratchet and Clank games I played on this channel. I know those count as shooters. But yeah, that's pretty much the only shooters I've ever played on this channel. And even then, they're not first person, you know? So yeah.
Here, ahead of us, waiting. Is that good?
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna end today's video here. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. I got the 2 missions I wanted to do this video done. So either way, let's just end today's video here. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.